Raise your hand if you've ever stared at your computer and thought, is this it? Is this my villain origin story? Yeah, same. If you're here today because the job you once loved doesn't light you up anymore, but you also can't afford to walk away, this one's for you. Take a breath, unclench your jaw, and let's talk about that gray area no one wants to admit that they're stuck in. Welcome to the Balance Recruiter, a slightly unhinged, definitely honest, and occasionally helpful space where we talk about burnout, balance, career chaos, and why your to-do list still has 19 things on it, even though you've been working all day, in theory. Hi, I'm Chastity, recruiter, trainer, puppy mom, and professional plate spinner. I handle everything from onboarding to offboarding, job description slaying, to comp agreement wrangling, all while dodging laundry and resisting the urge to book a runaway trip to Seattle. Because apparently, the Space Needle has a better work-life balance than I do. You know that feeling when you start a first job? Everything's new. It's exciting. You're learning, you're contributing, maybe even overachieving a little, or a lot for some of you. Then, somewhere along the way, that excitement quietly slips out the back door. You're not miserable, but you're not happy either. You're showing up, doing your job, maybe even doing it well, but it feels like you're just coasting, you know, gliding along. Sometimes it's safer to just be unseen. It's not burnout exactly. It's more like emotional autopilot. You ever drove to work and you're like, oh, I'm here already, and you didn't even remember the ride? It's kind of like that. Your emotional autopilot is on. And sometimes that's even harder because at least burnout is loud. This one's quiet. It's the quiet ugh before your first cup of coffee. It's the sigh when your outlook pings again. It's the I used to care about this, or I used to love doing this. And if that's where you are right now, it doesn't mean you've failed. It means you've changed, and that's okay. Here's where it can get a little tricky. You know the sparks are gone, but you can't just quit. Finding a new job is hard. I mean, we talked about this back in episode 8. Job hunting burnout is real. Sometimes you're too tired to look, too broke to risk it, or too scared to start over. And all of these are reasons I've heard, even from myself. So, what do? We stick it out. That's what we all end up doing. We rationalize. It's fine. It pays the bills. It's stable. I'm too old to go look for something else. And all of that can be true. But so is this. You can outgrow a job that once used to fit you perfectly. When I lost my career of 20 plus years, I was devastated. But looking back, I was already gone before they let me go. I just didn't have the courage to admit it. So if you're listening and feeling guilty for not being grateful enough, take that off your shoulders right now. Gratitude and frustration can coexist. You can appreciate your paycheck and still crave purpose. All right. So, how do we survive this phase without losing ourselves completely? Start small. Eat lunch away from your desk. I'm serious. Some of y'all have told me that you eat lunch at your desk. Make it intentional, even if it's 15, 20 minutes. Take your lunch away from your desk, please. You can also find one part of your job you still like and lean into it. Or use your job to fund something that lights you up outside of work. A side hobby, A weekend trip, I'm all down for that. Or heck, your next coffee run. It's not about ignoring the dissatisfaction. It's about building small moments of joy while you figure out what's next. And remember, you can't control the pace of your next opportunity. All you can control is how you show up for yourself in the waiting. This week's sticky note reminder: you can outgrow what once fit. That's not failure, that's growth. Put it somewhere you'll see it every day, especially on the days you're fighting the urge to dramatically resign via email. And please don't ever resign over text. Here's the truth: sometimes staying is survival, but staying doesn't mean settling. It means being honest about where you are while quietly building your way towards something better. So, if you're feeling stuck, uninspired, or unsure, take heart. You're not broken. You're just in transition. Thanks for hanging out with me today on The Balanced Recruiter. If today's balance means showing up even when the sparks dim, that's still enough. New episodes drop every weekend. Follow, share, please drop a rating if you can. It helps this little corner of sanity find more people who need it. Remember, burnout is real. Balance is the goal. And I'm somewhere in between, probably checking flight prices to Seattle. See you in the next episode.